I'm gonna have absolutely no idea what this looks like until editing, but I wanted to do my intro outside today because this week we are reading the Emily Wilde series, and you may be able to hear my cat screaming, but I thought it was fitting to do this intro outside because it's fairy books, and we love fairies. Obviously we're gonna be starting with the first one, so I'm very excited for that. And then we'll go on to the second one, and then the third one. And I brought little fairy doors outside because I want to take a cute photo with all the books. And I think that's fun. Chester, you're fine. But welcome to my channel. My name is Eirelyn, and fairy books for summer, because I think fairy books are fitting for summer. I can't even see the screen, so let's hope this clip looks somewhat good. What happened to your nose? I will say I'm only one chapter in, and I'm really enjoying it. This book, though, so floppy, but it's great. I have no idea how I plan on doing the updates for this video. For the most part, I think I'll update whenever something interesting happens or that I want us to talk about something, and the middle, and then the end for each book. Does that make sense? Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'll talk when I want to talk, but I like it. I think the main character, Emily, is very interesting so far. I'm already getting bits and pieces of her personality. And her dog, Shadow, I really hope. Yeah, her dog, Shadow, seems fun. And where is it? The old boarhound is blind in one eye and lacks the energy for any exercise beyond the ambling walk. Which makes sense. He's a little dog. And I'm excited. But I think I need to read a bit more before I really say anything else, because I don't really know what's happening yet. Because as I do, I didn't read the back to help me know what the book's about again. So, I'm just going in blind, and that's okay. Don't mind me, my chin is just bleeding, but I wanted to recite the funny line that I just read. I sat frozen in my chair. Good God, surely he's not thinking of joining me here. I already love the vibes of Brimbleby? I think his name was Wendell Brimbleby? Yeah. Emily and Wendell. I have seen fan art of them. I feel like I know what happens there. I also like the little footnotes at the end of the pages. That's fun. I love her character. The writing is really nice, but it's taking my brain a bit to comprehend a lot of it, because it's written in a way that is hard for my brain to understand, so I have to read certain lines 2 times just to fully get the meaning. There are clearly suspicious happenings happening, and I'm intrigued by it. And I don't necessarily know what's happening. Which I'm assuming I'll figure it out. Wendell better show up, though. I just have a feeling he's gonna show up. And I feel like he's gonna play a bigger part in, what's happening here then. Because why else would he say, I'm gonna show up? You know? I am at 46%, which is basically halfway through. And I am loving it. I need to talk about it. Wendell and Emily's relationship, I love it so much. I am giggling. It is bringing me so much joy. It's not much is happening, but that's okay. It's not slow paced either, though. It's entertaining and fun. On the back, it says, a great read for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Erin Morgenstern. No, I don't think so. Sure, you may be fans of those books by those authors, but no. I say this is a great book for fans of The Cruel Prince, Winnie the Pooh, and Phineas and Ferb. And I know that may seem like a strange combination of things, but it makes sense in my brain. And if you have read this book, please tell me it also makes sense to you. I imagine the book in the style of Winnie the Pooh, the humor of Phineas and Ferb, and the fairy aspects of the Cruel Prince. And I love it. And that may make no sense to anybody else, and that's okay. I don't know how to pronounce properly the name of the little guy, but the name that Emily has given him is Poe, I think? P-O-E, or Poe? I say Poe in my head, so I'm going with Poe. He gonna make me cry. Little guy. I want a little guy friend. All this book is making me want is to make a fairy garden and find real fairies. And I'm determined now to get it. So. Him being concerned if she is hurt. Stop. I love it so much. Book 1 done. And I'm gonna give it 5 stars because it was great. This book is like a fairy tale for adults. I want to go out in my backyard or near the creek and discover fairies that live there. That is what this book is doing to me. I love Emily. I love Wendell. If they do not kiss in the second book fully, they kind of kissed, but it's up for interpretation. I will be fighting them. I will jump into the book and fight them. It's great. This is a cozy fantasy to me. I read this within 2 days. It was so good. And like, the story about realizing you don't need to be alone and that you can rely on a community of people to have your back. I don't know if it's able to be told through my voice right now, but I'm sick. I'm sick. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to be able to get done today. I'm going to at least read a chapter or 2 because I would like to. And for some reason, I feel more as though I have the energy to play Minecraft than to read. But I have been working all day, so that's just that. I've only read 1 chapter, which is the first chapter, and that was yesterday. And I am enjoying it. Nothing else to say so far, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm sick. So I haven't gone too far into the book just yet. I'm almost 100 pages. I'm at 81, and I am enjoying it so far. I've just been busy this week with like working, and tomorrow I see my friend Chloe, so I'll only have time to read in the morning, and then I have a concert on Sunday. So it's busy, but I am enjoying it. I'm very intrigued to see who the Ribbon Man is and all the stuff going on with Wendell's personal life. I'm really liking, and it's just a nice read. It's just because I'm so overloaded with how busy I've been this week, I'm finding it very hard to focus and want to read. But I'm gonna try and get to 100 pages tonight, and then I would like to watch a movie because K-pop Demon Hunters came out, so I want to watch that. We're halfway, finally. I think I'm gonna finish it today. That is my goal, and then to start the second one, which is over there. Hence why I'm pointing over there. I'm staying in my pajamas all day, and by pajamas I mean concert t-shirt that I got at a concert last night. On topic of the book, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I was very happy that we went back to see Poe. I love him. He's such a little guy. I want to be his friend. I'm liking the plot so far. I think it's a little slower than the first one. The elements of Emily being brought into the community of where they were staying isn't as prominent in this one, but I do like the element that she's kind of somehow really, really good at making friends with the common fae. Like, it's a secret talent at this point, and it's great. I don't really have much else to say.
I am enjoying it a lot. I think it's just slower paced and a little different. I am enjoying Rose's character. It adds a good element to the story of somebody who knows the Fae, but is seeing it from a different angle than we're used to from Emily, because he's more worrisome. And the same with her niece. This lighting is like crazy. She also has a different perspective on Fae as well, and I think that's going to play a big part in the ending of this book a little bit. And it could even, depending on how this one ends, this one could maybe directly lead into that one. But I'm also really intrigued with like Wendell's whole thing, because he's clearly hiding something from Emily, and she knows that as well, which is why she's not really accepting the proposal or anything. So I've got questions, I've got ideas, but I feel like I'm putting you in a very weird location. But I finished the book, and I'm now doing my reading journal things. So I want to talk about it. I did enjoy it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the first one, but I still enjoyed the cozy vibes that the book elicited. I think that's a correct word. So I gave it a 4.5, which I think still is a very good rating for the book. There was something lacking that the first one had. I just don't know if it's the familialness, or if it's almost like she repeated the same trajectory of the story that she had, where she couldn't really bond with the people of where she was in the first book because she was kind of antisocial. And then that happened again with her colleague and her niece, where it was kind of learning to be like, oh, I do actually like these people, and they like me, and we can get along. So maybe that's where it comes from, where it was kind of like the same plot recycled, but just in a different setting, almost, with just slightly different people that are closer to her that she's known for a longer amount of time. But yes. So, I am almost 50 pages into the third book in the series, and I've got to say, since the start of the series, this is the trajectory, the way the story is moving. Like, it's been headed in this direction, like this was the only plausible ending to the story, in a sense, I guess. Yes. I like that it picks up right from the end of the second book, like you just get in right away. I believe I've only read 2 chapters technically. Like, she's only had 2 days of journal entries. It's fine, it just leaves for longer chapters. I think I'm gonna try and get to 100 pages tonight, so then I can read a lot tomorrow. That is my hope, at least. But I'm enjoying it. I think we're going to see a lot of different sides of Wendell and Emily in this book, which is going to be interesting. And we're particularly going to be seeing a different side of Emily because she's in a setting that she has studied her entire life, and Wendell's now in a setting that he's been craving to go back to for a good portion of his life. So it can add for a interesting dynamic that I'm excited to read about. And I'm very intrigued because it's like Compendium of Lost Tales. So I would assume that that's the book she's writing. And I wonder if it's just based off of like the location of the kingdom they're in. Does that make sense? I also have no memory of any other clips that I've filmed, so I have no idea how long this video is gonna be. I gotta be so honest right now. I am extremely bored. Like, I just finished, I guess, 9-hour shift, I think. I suppose that's how it works. And I don't care. Like, I had assumed this book would primarily be focusing on seizing the kingdom. They seized the kingdom within, like, the 2nd chapter. And that's fine. But I just, when I'm tired and wanting to read, I don't want to read a book that's gonna put me to bed. Like, I find myself wanting to go on my phone or do something on my iPad more than continue to read this story, just because I'm bored. Like, yes, there's more to learn, but even there's more footnotes in this book than there was in the second one, and those are really hard to read because they're smaller parts of the text and it breaks you out of the main story. Like, I had to go from this whole chunk of story to this little bit, which, sure, it provides detail, but it's not gonna give me much in the grand scheme of the overall story and plot, I guess. Like, that's just how I feel. I'm so tempted to just, like, not read. Like, and then there's just swaths of paragraphs and I'm like, I don't want to read the paragraph, but I need to finish this video, and I don't want to end the video with me not finishing the series. But I'm so tempted. Like, it's almost one of those things where I'm like, I need to read a different book and then come back to it. But because this video goes up next Friday, I need to finish it. So I'm like, do I just read the dialogue? But then so much of the meat of the story is in the paragraphs. Like, why do I need 2 footnotes on the bottom of this page? And I'm not even 50% yet. I at least wanted to get 50% tonight. But and like, she's not even with Wendell right now. And I just want her to get back to being with Wendell. Because it's like, I'm in a state. And I'm gonna try and finish it. I tried to find an audiobook, like a free audiobook that would just read it to me so I didn't have to read it and I could just sit here and listen. And that's how I know I'm not necessarily enjoying it, because I'd get through it faster if it was an audiobook. And I don't like audio. Like, I don't read audiobooks. So, that's my rant. Because, like, the vibes of the first book compared to this one are so different. Like, this book does not make me want to go and frolic and find fairies, whereas the first book did. I even asked my mom. I was like, can you read me the book?
Thanks in large part to faeries and Ariadne. A light rain mixed with sleet is falling beyond the window, but I have not drawn the curtains. For my view of the lantern-lit campus is charming in the winter night scoom.
It is time to finish the series using the audiobook. But yeah, let's finish this and then I'll debrief. I finished it. It was good. It wrapped up the story nicely. It just felt like certain things were left unanswered with, like, the one of the Oshishi. I think that's how you pronounce it, based off the audiobook after listening to it. I now know how to pronounce these things. He kept saying, like, he is one of us, in reference to Wendell. I was like, are they related? Are they family? Like, I felt like that was supposed to lead somewhere, and then it didn't. And then there's not really any stakes to the story. Like, things just kind of wrap up in a nice, neat bow, which, like, makes sense because it's the last book, right? But even across the first one and the second one, I knew relatively that nothing bad was going to happen, which that's not entirely bad. It just then kind of left things a little like, I know they'll be okay. I think I'll have to give this last one 4 stars, just because it was a little lackluster. Like, it didn't have the same mystical vibes, which is weird because they were in fairy for most of the book. Whereas the first one that I was like, this makes me want to go out and find fairies, this one didn't make me, which maybe that's the point. I don't really know if we're supposed to like Wendell's Realm, but as a whole, I did enjoy the series. It was nice to read, and they were relaxing. They were easy to read, I guess. I got tired in the end, where I was like, I don't have the energy to want to finish it. which kind of leads to me wanting to rate this one 4, which I'm going to. But they were fun. It still makes me want to go and find fairies and befriend them. But, like, the grandpa's journal led to some stuff, but as a whole, that whole moment, it was just like, oh yeah, this thing happened and it worked out because it works out. Like, I don't know, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts down below if you have read these books, because I would love to know if you have similar opinions, different opinions. I want to know what you think. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. I have to go edit this one. So, bye! Subscribe!